This episode is sponsored by Zenro Clothing Co. Pick up your tees and or accessories at zenroclothingco.com and be sure to use offer code SOCRATES at checkout for 20% off select items. Also, if you're not into spending the money, just check out the Zenro radio playlist. zenroclothingco.com, music for your everyday. This episode also sponsored by The Portian Bakery. If you're located in the Portian area of Scarborough, Toronto, be sure to check out The Portian Bakery, say what's up to Arville, and pick up a donut or two. Baked daily, crafted with love. This episode also sponsored by Podbean. Podbean is the podcasting platform of choice. It's the one that me and Vish use, and is great, you know, if you're looking to start that DIY podcast yourself. Definitely check out Podbean. Use the link podbean.com/SocraticGamers and gain 1 month of unlimited podcasting for free. Test it out, build that content. Anyone could podcast, right, Vish?
Yep.
Start a podcast and get your ideas out there. All right, enjoy the episode. All right, before we jump into the craziness that has shocked the entire world, this is a crazy week, or last few days when the Epstein files got dropped.
Which is just yesterday.
Bulk conversation. Oh, just yesterday, bro, and it's only been like 24 hours, I guess. So like a lot has come out. We'll get to that because that's what's crazy. But I did want to bring up like two interesting things. Neuroplasticity, you know what that is? It's like the more you do something, the more your brain gets wired in that direction.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Right. So like, I think that this is the ultimate hack in like life, because if you know that you can change your brain through like thoughts and behaviors, you can almost sculpt it in any direction you want.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't that suggest that we're like, I mean, just like the name suggests, we're like plastic in that way, you know? But we become so fixed in the way we like do things. We become like they say like, oh, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but it's like, no, you can, but like you're just not.
I think that that's what do you call why we solve problems, right? The only way to solve problems is to have a plasticity mind. If you are rigid, you can't ever solve problems.
Right, totally, exactly. And it's like we almost forgot. It's one of those things that isn't being shared. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like there's so many things that are just stacked against us in a certain way that it's like we could be the most optimal human beings we can be if we just understood a few, like if we really focused on not celebrating a small minority of human beings, which you've seen with the Epstein files, you know, like the 1% with like billions of dollars and like all that stuff, and then the corruption that's there. But if you just like focused on each individual skill, or like you taught them in the correct way, like imagine the world that we could have. You know, we wouldn't have like inertia. Like you're like, oh, I want to do this, but then you just don't do it, and you're like, why don't you do it? But it's like you're just like you're in inertia. You just don't want to move, but it's like you don't know the tools to move. You know, It's like, okay, like eat right. Protein needs to be high. Like people are often like, oh, I'm sad. You know, like I felt that for so long, whereas like a gentle hum of like anxiety and depression, but it's like, it's not like what people are like, oh, I'm depressed, you know, but it's like a little hum that you're like, oh, that's kind of weird. And it kind of like fueled me to keep doing things because I was like trying to fight off that with like presence, you know, by doing like things that were interesting or fun, you know, whereas other people can take it the wrong way and they're just like get sad. But then you find out it's like, okay, well, you're not sleeping because of like you're snoring, so you're not recovering. And then the cortisol is running through your body, you know, so like I got the CPAP machine, and then it's like, okay, well, there's happy hormones. So if you eat protein, you actually increase your serotonin, so you feel better. You know what I mean? And it's like, wait, that's all it is? It's just like a chemical factory, you know? And then like, oh, if you want to learn this skill, you just got to put in the XP points like a video game, and then like your brain will catch up. You know, things will become easier, you know?
Right.
But it's like nobody taught us these things. Or like, oh, how come I have to work so long and like for like a terrible paycheck, and then it's like, and then my bills are stacking up, And then it's like we can't even live in the correct way. Why are groceries so expensive? You know what I'm saying? It's like why is everything stacked against us? But it's like no, it doesn't have to be this way. We're
Hmm.
just enslaved to the system. Like I saw that this thing this morning was like, the system isn't corrupt. It was built this way. And I was like, oh my God, that's so real. You know?
Hmm. Right.
Yeah. You know, like you following?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Do you think it's like a conspiracy or like I'm fully on board that it's a conspiracy. Like even like Terica's like, she could either become an MD, like medical doctor, or an ND. And then she's like, oh, I really like when she looked into both, she's like, I don't really like what they're doing with the medical system because like it's just like, you know, drugs and like you're not really solving the issue. And then like an ND, like for example, she had like eczema for her whole life, right, on her hands, and like she like wake up in the middle of the night, stuff like that. And then an, a normal doctor just gave her like cortisol cream. It was like,
Hmm.
it'll just like go away, you know? And then she went to, I don't even know. Oh, they were an ND. Yeah, yeah. So she went to an ND and then they did this like stomach kill protocol. She did it and it's never come back.
Hmm.
And that was just food, bro. Do you remember she was doing that like no eggs and she was
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you
yeah.
were with us during that time, right?
Yeah.
And then she was so strict on that thing and it just like reset her gut bacteria. And then now it's like no more eczema for the rest of her life.
Hmm.
But it's like, well, hush the drugs. And it's like, why is it built in that way? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Hmm.
And I'm just like, is this whole thing a rigged system that we woke up into that we think is like freedom, but it's like you're free within a cage. What do you think?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think it's this way?
No, 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 no. I don't think it's a rigged
Oh,
system. Because if it's a rigged system, you'd never have an ND.
okay, yes, yes, sure. So rigged in not like rigged, like you can never win, but rigged in terms of like, um, there's mechanisms in play for you to get extremely wealthy and extremely powerful, but you have to be corrupt. Like there are ways to do it, but it's not it's like much harder. You know what I'm saying?
I I don't think it's like that. I think like it could be just over time. We mentioned before, like where I it's just over time things fall in certain directions because it was working that way, but not all
Okay.
cases can be solved in that direction, right?
Okay. Okay. I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. But with the Epstein files, I'm like, no, it really does seem like it's rigged. Only because
Mm.
um we'll get into it later, but like there's so many powerful people in there, and we know things about like how hemp was going to take over paper, and then instead of going with hemp, they created like this campaign over like weed, and then they made weed illegal, and then paper took
Sure.
over,
Yeah, yeah,
even though
yeah.
it's you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I mean. The rigging. It's like, bro, why are we not going the best product? Like there are people that literally invented cars that run off water, and like those people, their patents have been like hidden, purchased, and then like shelved or they've just been killed. And you see this in like the UFO space too. And you're just like, okay, I don't know if this is real, but now that there's like confirmation now,
Hmm.
with these files is what I'm seeing. Cause I'm like, why are all the powerful people in here?
Which like all powerful people? We're talking about 100% of powerful people.
Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, Bill Gates, Donald Trump, Woody Harrelson, Jay Z, Pusha T. I'm like, oh my God, bro, how far reaching is this thing? And like they said that that's not even all the files. So like those are some top players, bro. Bill Gates, he went through the whole member. We gotta get vaccines out there. Oh, climate change is bad. And it's like, how do I trust you, bro? How do
Hmm.
I trust you now?
Sure.
So
Yeah,
like
yeah,
these
yeah.
people are the top movers, culturally, technologically. So like that to me screamed like, and that's just what we found out so far, And
Hmm.
what it seems like is like things have been manicured in a specific direction that gives more power to elites. George Bush is in there. You're like, what?
Hmm.
See what I mean? Like, the mayor of New York's mom was in there. She was like
Yeah.
attending these late night parties. You're like, bro, what are you saying?
Hmm.
You know? Like that's why to me I'm like, why do we have the world we live in? And you always kind of felt it like, oh, this feels kind of weird, you know? And then for example, like I grew up and it was like, oh, when you're old, you're gonna have you're gonna have like diabetes and like heart disease no matter what. You know, like that's what I was told, like my parents, right? Like it's just inevitability. And then like Terry becomes an ND and you're like, no, that's a lifestyle. Those two things are lifestyle,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And then it's like, okay, so how do we fix it? Okay, just move in this manner. Oh, okay, cool. And then it's like, now it's not a problem. See what I mean? But it's like that became an accepted norm back then because you're like, well, that's just what people get. And that's why we have medication for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rather than optimizing for like the human experience.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Rockefellers are in there. So you're just like, bro, what are we saying? You know, like the Rockefellers gave so much money towards educational systems.
Right.
So like, okay, so you don't think they're funding it in a way that's like, well, we can make a high return. You see the documentary, the docu series Dope Sick, and then you're
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, well they're giving people drugs to make them addicted, and then they're selling like that at a high price, and then if they can't take it, then they turn to heroin.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, okay, what are you guys doing, bro? You know what I mean? That's why, like to me, it's like it feels rigged.
Right.
But you still disagree, or
Like I don't know what that word means, rigged. Like I don't. People will play. I don't disagree with people trying to rig it for themselves. I don't think
yeah,
it's like the system isn't rigged
no,
in
no.
that.
The system was built by those people, though. Who purchased these things? Like, who made these things propagated? Who
Mm-hmm.
made them powerful? Why is one drug selling over another drug?
Yeah.
That's the medical system.
Right.
That's who put the money in. So it's like it's not like when I say rigged, it's like gamed. They sure gamed. The
Okay.
system is fully gamed in their favor.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can escape it, but it's like you got to figure out your own way to not be in that game.
Right.
You know, like even like you find out about like Harvey Weinstein and then it's like, oh, all these actors slept with him so that they can get roles. And then
Mm-hmm.
people are like, well, you didn't have to sleep with him for the role. I mean, like I'm kind of in that way too. It's like, hey man, like you could have just been like, no. Like why are you gonna go to the Epstein party? You know? You know
Mm-hmm.
that guy's got a you know that guy's got like a reputation. Why are you gonna go?
Right.
See what I mean? It's like you didn't need to do that. Oh, but then my career would suffer. It's like, okay, that's what I mean. It's gamed.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to take. That's what they were saying in the. All right, damn. I guess we're getting straight into it. That's what they're saying about the initiation rituals. I was reading. I'm like, what are you saying, bro? Like Alex Jones being like, oh, the whole thing is run by satanic pedophiles, and you're like, come on, Alex Jones, that's
Mm-hmm.
crazy, bro. And then it's like, oh, it turns out it's run by satanic pedophiles.
Well,
You
look at
know,
him now,
like
though, right? He's behind Trump.
deplatformed.
No, no, no.
No, 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 no. So I saw a video on this. I saw a video on this.
Yeah.
So everyone, so those people who are in the files, they used conspiracies to win over the people that they were trying to hide from. It's like, hey, we're going to release the files. We're going to drain the swamp. And then everyone's like, yeah, that's what Trump's going to do. He's going to drain the swamp. Oh, he's not one of them. And it's like, oh, he was one of you. And he just tricked you into thinking he was on your side.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I mean? So it's like you being like, oh yeah, like he's a fan of Trump. Like, I wonder what they're saying now.
Mm-hmm.
You know? That's why I'm like the only person I really like trust the logic behind is Sean Ryan. He even put a post. He's like, "Oh, everything was a lie. It was all not true." And I was like, "That's real," because
Mm-hmm.
he was a huge supporter of Trump too. And then like this Epstein file stuff started coming out, and he just went, "Oh, I was manipulated." He himself was like, "I was manipulated into thinking that this guy was the savior,"
Right.
you know. And it's like at least you can look at that and be like, oh yeah, I was like, you can like grow from that.
Mm-hmm.
People who double down is like, that's weird to me, bro. Like the evidence is right there.
Right.
So wait, what do you think? Like, do you think, do you think that it's all a show?
Well, I don't know what all means.
Like, like what we're seeing, like why is CNN not covering this? Like this should be the top story on all news media outlets. Like it should just be like blaring. He's all over the files. Peter Thiel's in it. Da, 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 you know, like, but it's like we're talking about like a war, the Venezuelan thing. I mean, those things matter, but
But
those are also,
are they not talking
yeah.
about this?
I didn't see anything yet. I'm gonna watch it, but like it should be all over like the thing. Okay, we went into Venezuela to take over his thing. Yeah, but it seems like there's a lot of pedophilia and like occult worship happening at the highest level.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I think that should break the news. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But if it's not breaking the news, I'm like, that's kind of weird. That's not breaking the news. Who are you backed by? Oh, you're probably backed by one of the funders, and they don't want you to like expose this. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
unless you disagree. Like maybe there's a side I don't see. I don't know. But like to me, I'm like, this is pretty damning, damning stuff that's being put out there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that that's what they would have to report on. Yeah.
Right. But I mean, like, do you think it's damning in a sense of like this could break the system, or like we're unveiled this lie, or do you think it's just more like, well, we'll wait to see how like the evidence plays itself out?
Damning the system? No. It's been multiple times they've
Yo,
been
you're
releasing.
crazy, bro. You're crazy.
Yeah.
You don't think this is crazy?
They've been releasing the Epstein files throughout the month, right?
Yeah, but not to the level of like the descriptions. Bro, did you read the descriptions?
No, no, no. What do you mean? They didn't have descriptions before?
Okay, okay. They definitely didn't say that they were auctioning off little kids
Okay.
at Mar-a-Lago, and and Trump was the main guy, and his whole
Mm-hmm.
family was there. And did you see how they were like assessing the little kids?
No, no, I didn't read into anything yet.
Oh my. Okay, so that's why we're on different pages. Okay, okay, okay,
Mm.
bro. Okay, okay, okay. All right, all right. This makes total sense now. Okay, let me just hit you with some stuff, and I'm just like, this is insane. Okay, I'm gonna ease into it, and then we're gonna ramp up to the craziness. Okay, so first, it's fully in there that Trump, um, there's no other way to put it, but like RAPED, two little girls, 13.
Mm-hmm.
Do you read that?
I saw like something about it, but I didn't like look at the actual file or whatever. Like read the thing.
Oh, the like yellow bit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They were like showing screenshots of them, like, bro, this is insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but like, wouldn't you? As soon as I saw, it, I'm like, what? And then you like read, and you're like, oh, that's intense.
Right.
All
Right.
right, next level. So that's like, okay, cool. There was not cool, but like, okay, that's like the gentlest one that I
Mm-hmm.
read.
Mm-hmm. This was
And
like
then,
in what? In an email?
um, no, it's some girl like explaining it. She was like, they were taking her testimony. This is where I'm like confused. The FBI was taking all these people's testimony, and they weren't doing anything about it.
I think it just depends on
She
how
was
the
like,
law works, right?
the
It's
girl was literally like, he did this to me and my friend.
right.
But you didn't like investigate. You didn't do anything. It just went nowhere. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like if I went to the FBI and I'm like, hey, the president did this to me and my friend, and then they're like, oh yeah, cool story. I'm writing it down. Bye. That's it. You're like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, More stuff. So it says that in there through like emails or something that Trump is compromised by Israel. They have something damning on him. And you're like, okay, that makes sense. Because when the guy came, he was like, remember, he was like showing him all utmost respect, open, like pulling on his chair for him. Okay, there's that. And then there's like ties to Russia, like Russia money. I didn't read too much in that. I'm just like, okay, whatever. Then the next craziest one, they were auctioning off kids at a party,
Mm-hmm.
and his whole family was there. And the way they would assess like how much each kid was Trump would literally take his finger and then be like, oh, the, this is crazy. Trigger warning. The tightness is this level,
Okay.
so this one will cost this much. No, no, that's crazy, bro.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm sorry, what?
So this
This
is
is how you're
what
doing it?
who said this? Is it an email?
It- no, no, it's the deposition. They're like, this happened to me. I was at the party, blah, 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 blah.
Mm, right, right.
Okay. Then there was this video that came out in 2009 of this crazed girl. She's like, oh my God, they're eating people. And they're
Mm-hmm.
like, nah, come on, what are you saying, bro? They're eating people. Okay. So there's emails back and forth between Trump being like, oh, I love the torture video. Bro, what?
Mm-hmm.
What are you saying? And then there was this George Bush Senior. They would, it's crazy. He was like, he defiled a male boy, cut off his feet, and then dismembered him, and then made people, as an initiation ritual, eat what was inside the intestines.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, bro, what?
Right, 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 yeah.
Okay, now we're on the same page. You're like, wait, this is all in there? Bro, what are you saying? That's
Mm-hmm.
why I'm like, this is rigged. This whole game is rigged.
Right, right.
Like now you know where I'm coming from because I'm like,
Sure. Yeah.
you can't deny those, bro. Like
Yeah, you
how
can't deny
many
those emails. Yeah. Right.
emails, depositions. You're like, what are you saying? There was this one girl who was like, she was gonna sleep with Trump, underage, like like 12 or something. No, no, grade, like I think she had graduated her grade 7 party, and then she was like, she was saying like to the deposition people like, no, please use protection, and then he's like, no, and then he finished inside of her, and then she was like, what if I get pregnant? He threw money at her, and he's like, go get an abortion.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, what, bro? What? You know what I mean? Like like this is probably this got to be like a trigger warning all over this podcast. You know what I mean? Because this is like,
Right, right.
whoo, you know. And then there was like talks of like organ harvesting, and I've heard that so much in like other podcasts where they're like, oh, they're stealing like homeless people and children, and then they would like harvest their organs, and you're like, dude, that was crazy. Come on, what are you saying, bro?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, that's in there. And then they're talking about aliens in there. They're talking about the effects of time travel on a human body. That's
Mm-hmm.
what Epstein was. And that's why I remember before I was like, dude, I'm telling you, UFOs, Epstein files, um, P. Diddy, it's all linked. Like they're all coming out as like, oh, there's this crazy cabal of like insane information,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And I think what happened was people were like, you're gonna break the world if you find out about UFOs. And I'm like, oh, it turns out you're going to break the world if you find out about Epstein files because UFOs links to Epstein files.
Mm-hmm.
Because Epstein was a major contributor to like these UFO like research programs that you find out. Like I've listened to so many podcasts about them. I'm like, oh, I don't know if that's real, bro. Like, and then now you see it, you're like, oh, it's literally in the files, bro. He's like talking about
Mm-hmm. Right.
like
Yeah.
time travel. Like, how would your body be affected by time travel in like emails, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So like, now how do you feel about that? It's like knowing all
Yeah.
that new stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Yeah. Or,
That's crazy, bro.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
You're like, and you're still president. I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, and he like who was president when that guy was killed, right?
Who? Oh yeah. What was it? Trump?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it makes sense because not George Bush, Bill Clinton was in there. So it makes sense that when they were like releasing the stuff about Clinton, and then he got pissed, he's like, release everything
Mm-hmm.
because he knew if I'm going down, you're going down with me, bro. Th-
Right.
there was there was Bill Gates. He got like an STD from or STI from one of the people he slept with,
Mm-hmm.
and then he gave it to his wife, but he didn't want her to know. So he's asking Epstein for drugs, like STI drugs, that he could slip into her drink.
Right.
Like this in the emails, bro. You're like, what, They're like crazy,
Yeah.
you know? And then like it makes sense because when these Epstein things started coming out, she divorced him right away. And
Mm.
you're like, why? Why that? Like, must have been real if you got divorced. You're
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
oh no, it's because of like a relationship issues. And you find out this, you're like, well, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
I think about it. Yeah, it's like, um, if this is what's in the emails, wonder what's in the phone calls, right? Because phone
Thank
calls are not
you.
recorded, right?
Now we're on the same page. Now we're on the same page. This
Yeah.
is why I was like, no, this is a rigged system, bro. Like,
Mm.
this is only what they released so far. Apparently, there's so much more that they haven't released.
I don't know.
So you're like,
Are they finished releasing or this is it?
I saw somewhere that like it's not everything yet. So it's like these 3 million files were like, and it's only been a day, so like people still have to go through them,
Oh, there's
bro.
so many. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I heard that
So
there was
this
videos in there, but I don't like.
I saw the videos. No, I saw
I'm
some of
trying
the videos. I was
to.
like, dude, you're
No, no, I'm
crazy.
trying to go to the actual um
Website.
website where they released it, just to make sure it's what I'm looking at is actual the real thing versus what people post.
Oh yeah, fair, fair, fair. That's a good point. That's a good point. Um, there's pictures that I've seen of like Prince Andrew and like some like knocked out girl on the floor, and he's like
Mm-hmm.
smiling, bro. The one that made me really sad though, 50 Cent's really funny. He's like, oh, I heard your boy Jay-Z is in the files. Like, I got to make a documentary, right? And so there was a girl who was drugged by Pusha T, and then she woke up, um, like it was like Pusha T and Harvey Weinstein, and then she was like drugged and like I guess RAPD, and then she woke up and Jay-Z and Epstein were in the room. Like, bro,
Mm.
sorry, what? That's what's going on, guys. You know? I think like the whole this is what Kendrick Lamar he like 2 years ago or something he made a song and he dropped it called "Watch the Party Die," and it was basically about how like the culture like this like whole cabal is going down, this whole Hollywood cabal and like whatever, and it's just like yeah, this really was happening, and like they showed like Mel Gibson from before saying like oh there's like everyone in Hollywood's a pedophile and it's like based off of like rituals and like whatever. And you're like, dude, he's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, no, he's not. Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle. Remember, he's like, oh my God, Illuminati. Remember that when he like left the thing and then people were like, oh, he's crazy. And he kept saying like Illuminati type stuff. And then like, you're like, oh, I guess this is real. He didn't want to like fully say it, but he could
Mm-hmm.
see what was going on, you know?
Yeah.
Martin Lawrence too. Martin Lawrence. There was like now I'm thinking about all these moments where like you thought that these people were crazy, and it's like, oh, maybe they're not crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like Martin Lawrence is like running down the street, and he's like, oh my god, the Illuminati. He was like in his underwear or something, and then it's like,
Oh, I don't remember that.
no, oh, it was a long, long time ago during the Dave Chappelle time. Like
Mm-hmm.
the whole Illuminati thing was like coming up. Maybe the Illuminati's real, bro. But okay, maybe okay. Remember I said like 2026 is the like the war between good and evil.
Right.
This is it, bro. This is it. And like the
Mm-hmm.
UFO people said that there's going to be something that happens in 2026, and that the like that's the catalyst for 2027. And then 2027 is like a big reveal.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's no turning back from what like 2027 is going to hold, you know? And like people are like, "Oh, doomsday," but it's like no, it seems more like a revelation is going to happen.
But what are they saying that's gonna happen?
The UFO people,
Yeah.
they think it's alien disclosure. Like
Okay.
they're going to reveal themselves,
Oh, the
you
aliens
know?
will reveal themselves.
Yeah, that's what they've been saying, but I'm like, I don't know, maybe. Like it was
Well
kind of
then,
abstract. They said like a
who
big revelation though. Like and people are like speculating the revelation is revealing
but then why
themselves
be abstract? Why don't if they know what's gonna happen? Why are they being abstract about it?
because we're not ready. We need to go through this period. And I saw
No, no,
forbidden
no, no. I'm
knowledge.
saying
Yeah.
like why. I'm saying like if they know for sure what's gonna happen, why are they being abstract about
Who knows? Wait, hold on. The UFO people?
it? Yeah.
Oh no, because the message that they're getting is an abstract message. It's just like um a big revelation will happen. They don't know what, so other people are speculating. So like the
Message
UFO,
from
so
message from
from the
who?
UFOs, for like so like this
Oh,
sounds
okay.
crazy, but now
Yeah.
it sounds crazy, but now I'm like, okay, what's not crazy anymore? You know what I mean? Because like
Sure.
with this
Yeah.
Epstein file stuff, I'm like, That's crazy, you
Mm-hmm.
know? So I'm like, now what else is not crazy, you
Yeah.
know? What they were saying is like, oh, the tinfoil hat people were right the whole time. And it's like, yeah, it looks like they were. So what they've been saying is like these channelers who are channeling UFOs, like Chris Bledsoe's a big one. He's saying that he's being told that a big revelation will happen in 2027, a big reveal. And like
Oh, so
everyone's
they have
like,
no idea what it is.
they don't know what it is. He's just like, he's being channeled. Like he has direct contact with NHI, like for a long time. And like he has videos where like he'll be like, hey, can you appear? And then they'll appear. Like he's very tapped in, right? And then he was saying that they were telling him that a revelation will happen in 2027. And I think that revelation is like I feel like we're right on the cusp of a new world.
Like, do they think that they know what a revelation will be, or are they?
No, 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 no. Nobody knows. No. Other people are also getting the same message, like other channelers, quote unquote. But they all don't know. It just says some revelation. So like people are speculating, oh, they're going to reveal themselves.
I
Billy
don't like being. I don't.
Carson,
I don't like that though. I don't like that. That's like a trick though. Like when they
the
say it like
revelation
that.
thing.
No, no, no. Some revelation. They can attach that to anything. Then when you
Yeah,
do that,
exactly, exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, exactly, exactly. And I
I
think
like it
that,
when it's like if it's if you know for sure what it's gonna be, then say what it's gonna be, right?
but the NHI aren't telling you what it is. They're like, there's something that's gonna happen in 2026. Basically, it was like when the
No,
sun
no,
aligns
no.
with,
I get that.
yeah,
I get that. I just feel like that's such a. It's kind of a cop out. I don't like that kind of phrasing.
yeah. Okay, fair, fair, fair.
That's all I'm
Um,
saying. Yeah.
but looking at it as like a pattern.
Mm.
Okay, we can take that as data point. Okay, cool. People are saying that, right? But if you look at it as a pattern, I'm like pattern matching, right? So like I agree the most with Billy Carson. There's two people, Stephen Greer and Billy Carson. Stephen Greer is saying that the aliens won't reveal themselves because we're too primal.
Hmm.
Like in order to like be spacefaring, you need to be peaceful or else you're going to like try and take over the cosmos. And that is pretty much like our like nature, right? And then if you look at Billy Carson, he's like, we're going to go through a great awakening. So we're going to realize the game that's being played in front of our eyes. And then by 2027, maybe this revelation is like a whole new world.
Hmm.
Okay. And it's like, if you look at the pattern, they just released the Epstein files like, dude, this is crazy. Like
Hmm.
everything I just told you in the beginning, it's like, dude, this is crazy. Like, why do you believe this?
Right.
Like, why are you doing this? You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I mean, there's only two real reasons why you're doing this, like the initiation rituals and like, oh, dude, you know the PizzaGate thing? Remember that
Yeah. A little
PizzaGate?
bit.
Like at
Yeah.
the bottom, they're like, oh, they're using code for like how to sell children by ordering slices of pizza.
Hmm.
So that's real. That's like in the files. They're using like pizza lingo to talk with Epstein
Hmm.
about the kid that they want, and you're like, damn, that was real too.
Hmm.
So so you're like, and Sean Ryan's a big proponent of this. You know the guy who made who's the guy who starred in Passion of the Christ?
Start. I don't know who started that.
I was like Henry, not Henry Cavill, but like some guy. I forgot who he is, but he is on a huge. He makes like all these documentaries about all these lost children
Hmm.
who like in they're just being abducted and you don't know where they're going. I couldn't listen to those podcasts because like, oh dude, this is so dark, you know. And then Sean Ryan's like huge like anti like pedophile ring type of thing. And then you listen to like Stephen Greer, the Michael, oh, I forgot, Michael Garcia or something. I forgot his name, damn. But there's a guy who encountered a black triangle, and when he showed up, they were rounding up children from the area into these UFOs. It's a very like famous
Oh, you
case,
told me
but
that something like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right. Yeah. So in Indonesia, there's like
Right.
earthquake, and then when they showed up, his team was on patrol to like help people, and they came out to this clearing and they saw this black triangle UFO, and there was like all these American um speaking people, like they had like American accents, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna kill you, blah blah blah. You shouldn't be here, whatever." And then Michael, whatever his name is, was like looking around, and he could see like them like loading children into crates, you know? And then Jake Barber was saying that those are psionic assets, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like they have psychic ability that can help call the UFOs. And then other people were saying that no, those were like kids that they were kidnapping for this pedophile ring. And
Right.
I'm like, okay, it's all kind of making sense now, bro. Like if you look at the
Which
Epstein files,
one?
like,
Which one was real then? Which one was true? I mean.
oh, the rounding up kids for the pedophile ring.
Hmm.
Because they were literally like Epstein was literally going from country to country abducting kids
Mm-hmm.
for this thing.
Right.
And
Yeah.
you're like, okay. And then you're talking about like mutilating them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, why? So either two things, like it's one or the other. Like one, you went crazy with power, right? Like you're like, oh, the world's my oyster. I could do anything.
Mm-hmm.
But personally speaking, if the world's my oyster, I'm not going to do that, bro. You know what I mean? Like, if I could do anything, I'd probably travel, be nice to people.
Well,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I know.
yeah.
I mean, there's those are good people. Then there's bad people, right?
I think that that's what this is showing us, the war
Yeah,
between good and evil, bro.
yeah, yeah.
And you're like, I would do the nice thing,
Mm-hmm.
but then like you see all the people like doing these bad things. So it's either that or there is actually something to these occult rituals.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what they were saying in there. It's like they were practicing occult rituals of like dismembering, eating bodies. You're like, bro, what are you saying? You know? So it's like, is the world run by satanic pedophiles? Like, probably. Like
Mm.
Alex Jones said.
Right.
What do you think? And this is what I mean about the rig system. Like, okay, healthcare, debt, like we're all just slaves to them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really think about it. It's like, why aren't you giving us the proper nutritional advice? You're just giving us like drugs that will like balance that out. Why don't we just fix the nutrition system?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I will give you the most salient thing that like, um, so we've been cooking a lot at home now, right? Because we're like, oh, we can make through ChatGPT, we can make better food, right? Like it tastes identical to like what we'd get at takeout, but like it's just made from home, right?
Yeah.
So like as we were starting to eat that, I'd only go to my parents and have takeout there, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
my parents still eat takeout. So they bought Chinese food, and I'm not even kidding you. Whenever I eat like the Chinese pastries, like the deep fried sugar stuff, my joints hurt, and I'm like, that's weird. I have to take an Advil, bro. Like,
Mm-hmm.
cause like my joints are in pain. And then I remember it was like a Wednesday because I go there on Wednesdays. I came home, and then like Tara came home, and then she's like, "What's wrong with your face?" And I'm like, "I don't know." It was puffy, bro,
Right.
because like of all the inflammation. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what is in the food? And then we went like to go eat at like some faux restaurant downtown, like for Tara's mom's birthday. And like both of us woke up in the middle of the night, like in pain. But like,
Mm-hmm.
if that's your set point, how do you know you're not like inflaming your body? Like, is that what cancer is? Because cancer is literally just like constant inflammation. Like, if
Right.
you look at
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
like
yeah.
psychological inflammation,
Sure.
physiological inflammation, your body just can't heal. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, cancer just like manifests,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, a lot of studies talk about this, like the body keeps score, um, the myth of normal, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And like, if you just give your body like a good pH level, like not acidic and like
Yeah,
chill
yeah,
it
yeah.
out, like let it heal,
Yeah.
it won't like spur up cancer, right?
Right.
So as we're eating from home and then I go and eat these like regular foods, bro, I eat them all the time. Like I love those like sesame balls, right? There's
Mm-hmm.
like, pastries in the centers like red bean or like Chinese food, like fried rice, stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, why is my face like getting all puffy? Why are my joints really hurting? And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, is this just like the baseline when people are like, oh, I'm getting old? It's like, you're not getting old, bro. You're just inflamed,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Right. Yeah.
But if that's in all of our food, I'm like, well, why'd you allow that in our food?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, oh, is it rigged? How they just canceled like red number 5 in like America, which is like highly linked to cancer. It's not even allowed in like other countries and it's
Right.
in all their food.
Yeah.
So you're like, well, is it rigged now? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So do you see where I'm coming from when I'm like, oh, it's rigged? It's like, it's not that, like, it's you're in a perpetual cycle. I get you sick, I get your money,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, how do most people go bankrupt? Healthcare bills.
In America.
in America, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, like in here, it's like debt enslavement. It's like, why are all the prices so high? And you have billionaires.
Hmm.
You literally have like billionaires, almost trillionaires. Like, what are you saying, bro?
Right.
See what I mean? So, like, now I go back to the question, like, doesn't it seem rigged to you?
Yeah, I think that there will be people that take advantage.
But
Right.
they got in the positions of highest power. You literally have a president in the Epstein files.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's like, I can't even say it's like, we'll take advantage. It's like, no, the devil runs the world, bro. And I think we're finding that out and we're like, we need to fight back with
Mm.
something.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's where that Ants movie is the best example of that. The
oh,
fight
what?
back thing
What would they do?
against the grasshoppers.
Well, I don't remember it. What would they do?
Oh, I think Sunshine posted it, but if you remember the movie, it was like the grasshoppers come because they don't go for the food or they don't hunt for the food, so they let the ants do it for them, and they just come and take their portion or take the food, and the
Okay. It
ants still have to
was like
find more
taxation.
food. Yeah, the ants still have to find more food just to survive the winter. So the end of that movie was uh, that we, or the ants, are stronger than you because you need us more than we need you.
Yes. Yes. That is what a lot of people, a lot of like celebrities who are against this, they've been posting
Because they were
boycott.
afraid, like for the I just want to add to that. The reason that that happened at the end was this one guy that had the epiphany, I guess. But like people were scared to fight against it because they would think they're gonna get killed. But then you don't realize you have the
Yeah.
numbers, and they don't.
Okay, great, perfect story. Because a lot of celebrities are posting that right now. It's not related to the Epstein files, but I'm sure it'll escalate. It's more about ICE. So what they're saying, like, is a protest: don't go to work, don't buy anything, and just let the system crash
Hmm.
as like protest until things change.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that probably is it. Like, luckily we live in Canada, so it's not really a problem, unless like Carney's in the Epstein files. But like this seems to be the problem is like everyone's like, oh, America's crooked, but it's like America is this global superpower, bro. Like
Hmm.
at this moment, America literally is the global superpower.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we we have to look at what they're doing. And if
Hmm.
the global superpower is corrupt, like somebody who was in the Epstein files just told you to go into Venezuela and take the president. You're like, what? What are you saying?
Hmm.
And then it's like, oh yeah, we're doing it out of like protection for America. And then you find out he's in the Epstein files with like a bunch of like other pedophile people, and you're just like, you're listening to that guy though.
Hmm.
And like we respect the presidency off the office of the presidency. It's like shouldn't respect it that hard, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's a little weird.
Hmm.
I was watching Inglorious Bastards because like people were talking about it in relation to like ICE, and I'm like, yeah, that is kind of what's happening. They're going door to door looking for people
Hmm.
and like rounding up like illegals and stuff. And what I think now is just like I don't want to. It's a harsh thing to say, but it's like, was Putin and the Chinese leader right? Because Putin was like, remember his interview, like we're trying to like get out Nazis and like whatever, and then it's like, yeah, sure, the Nazi thing, but it's like, were you just actually fighting against high levels of corruption? You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like, because Putin knows about this stuff,
Right.
so it's like, are you laughing at America? Because you're
Hmm.
like, oh, you think you're good? You don't even know who you just elected,
Right. Yeah.
or you don't even know that all the celebrities that you love are actually corrupt.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like what? How do you bounce back from this?
Like who are you talking about?
Like America, I think they're done. I think this is it.
Hmm.
Like how do you bounce back from that? Like everyone, bro. Not everyone, but like, oh, the Elon Musk thing. So like this one made me sad. So like Elon Musk is like, I've been work like it's literal emails. And he's like, oh, I've never been to the island. I'm like, bro, you had a full email exchange. Like, come on. he's like, oh, I've been working like a dog this past year. I really want to let loose. Tell me
Well,
what time of year.
technically, he is
Yeah.
right. He hasn't been to the island based on that email. Those emails that I saw.
Yeah. Okay, but that's like one though. Like that's just how what we know so far, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Or like, okay, sure, it's like you haven't been to the island, but have you done something else, bro? Like, okay, did you read the email where he's like, when is the craziest time to come? Because I want to let loose.
Right.
And then he's like, I'll be coming with, I guess, his significant other. And then Epstein was like, oh, that they might feel uncomfortable.
Mm.
His significant other. And Elon's just like, blah, 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 doesn't matter. And then he's like, oh, scheduling didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, maybe it didn't, maybe it's like a half truth. You know, it's like, yeah, I
Right.
didn't go
Right.
to the
Right.
island, but I did go to
But
here.
doesn't mean that you
You know
didn't
what I
know
mean?
about it. Yeah.
It's evident you knew. You said, when is the craziest time to come?
Right. Right.
He's literally asking for the craziest time. And then
Mm-hmm.
Epstein was
Mm-hmm.
like, hey, your wife might feel uncomfortable. Or like whoever you're bringing might feel uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Even Epstein said that.
Right.
So like, what? What are you saying, bro? You know what I mean? Like, how do you trust that? Like,
Yeah.
like Elon Musk. Like, how do you trust any? Like, okay, how do you bounce back from that? This is my real question. Like, let's forget it. Let's just put a pin in the satanic pedophile stuff for now. How do you bounce back from knowing about that stuff and then trying to rebuild your character to the public? Like, like
Mm-hmm.
Peter Attia, right? He's a medical doctor, and
Peter
he
who?
and in the, Peter Attia, he's like this like longevity doctor. He's like very famous for like health, right? And he was like, oh, um, it's so crazy because like I can't even tell people about these parties. Like you have the craziest parties. I can't even tell people about it. Okay, so you knew, and as a doctor, like do no harm, and you're
Mm-hmm.
seeing all this insanity,
Yeah.
and you're just like, how do you bounce back from that?
Mm-hmm.
How does your podcast come back from that? Like it's one thing with the guy who lied. Remember that guy Jay Shetty or something? He's like he wasn't actually a monk. His whole
Mm-hmm.
brand was like I was a monk, I was a monk, and then it's like oh he never went to the monk place. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like okay yeah you weren't a monk, cool, but you have some good knowledge. Okay, Peter Thiel, you literally were watching a pedophile ring and just like occult worship.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, what? How do
Mm-hmm.
how do I trust anything you say at this point?
Right.
Like, let's say you're friends with him. Like, what do you do?
Oh yeah, you'll probably not be friends with them anymore. The way that
Right?
Bill Gates' wife isn't wife anymore.
You know what I'm saying? And you're like, you're like, hey, I don't know how to interact with you. Like, cause he could just be lying to you. Like, no, I didn't see anything crazy. And you're like, how do I trust that? Because like, you could just be lying now,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
Or like, this one makes me feel bad because like Kendrick Lamar loves Pusha T and Jay Z, loves them.
Mm-hmm.
But when I read that stuff, I was like, ee, that's not good.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're drugging people, you're with Epstein, like what's going on? But a lot of people have been saying for a while that like the top of the pyramid is Jay Z. Like we got Diddy, but the real person is Jay Z. And you're like, really? And you know who picks the acts for the Super Bowl? Jay Z.
Well, he's part of the Super Bowl thing, though.
He, he's how Kendrick got on the Super Bowl
Right? Mm-hmm.
and Bad Bunny. He's like he like picks the artist.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, so how do you boycott the Super Bowl? Like what are you doing, guys? You know what I mean? Like that's why I'm saying I think this breaks America. I think this is the real thing that really breaks America. When people are like, oh, don't release the UFO stuff. I don't think it was the UFO stuff. I think it was the Epstein files. Because like the
Right.
UFO stuff, if you look more into it, you find out about the Epstein stuff. Because Epstein was like very interested in UFOs.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a doorway, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then like once it's opened and you find out like the truth about what's been going on, you're like, do you just boycott everything? Like what do you do in this point?
I don't know. Yeah.
If that's why I think it's broken. I think it's done. Like there's nothing like what could you do?
Mm-hmm.
And then if you're still like a Trump, like if you're still a Trump supporter, it's just like, have you looked at the Epstein files? But you know what? All right, you know what the real crazy part is?
But
This is the crazy.
most people,
That's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
exactly what you said. Because you didn't even look at it until I was explaining the stories. And I'm like, bro, but you're tapped in. So if like you're tapped in and you haven't heard it, like, what are the chances? That's why I was like, it should be on the headline of all CNN and like
Hmm.
these news articles because it needs to get out there. But if you suppress it, people are like, no, come on, that's not real. And
Right.
they're actively like deleting certain files, like the craziest files. So it's like, bro,
Hmm.
how do you change if nobody knows about it?
Right.
You know, like I
Yeah.
messaged my cousin chat. I'm like, guys, you see the Epstein files? It's pretty crazy. Nobody interacted. I'm like, okay.
Hmm.
I'm like, that's 90% of the population, bro. Like that's most people. They're like, oh, I don't want to hear about it until it like affects me. I'm like, dude, it affects every aspect of your life, just like the UFO thing. That's why I was like if we just release 0 point energy, we'd all be okay.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's
Yeah.
like it's that's my real question. Like, why don't people? I get it's like tough to look at. Like those are some crazy stories, but like when you're like, it doesn't affect my life, it literally affects your whole life, bro.
Well, I think they
Like,
don't understand
why isn't
how
that
it
high?
affects. Yeah, they don't understand how it affects their life. They're just more of a simplistic look at it, right? Versus
Yeah.
the whole. Like, how does it
Do,
exactly? Yeah.
do you know how many Filipino people supported Trump? Like so many. Like one of my cousins like supported Trump because like yeah, he's doing the
Yeah.
best for
Some
Philippines.
TikToks of that.
Filipino people supporting Trump.
Yeah, there's a lot of Indian people that support Trump too.
Right, right, right. Okay, okay. And my answer is this: like, if you support Trump, have you seen the Epstein files?
Hmm.
That's it. That's done. Like, do you see that? No. Okay. We can't even
Yeah.
have a conversation unless you looked at them. We can't. I can't take anything you say seriously. No, like
Hmm.
actually though, because it's like everything you give me is just sound bites that other people have given you.
Sure.
But if you've seen like the auctions,
Hmm.
what? Like the auctions alone was crazy,
Right.
you know?
Which is in the recent one, right?
Is in the recent one.
Hmm.
So like people are like, oh yeah, remember he's like grab him by the whatever,
Hmm.
you know? And they go, oh, he just says crazy things, you
Right.
know? And it's like, or when he like texting that you liked a torture video. I'm like, what torture video, bro?
Hmm.
No, I was just saying that. Okay. You know, like how do you get away from like I get the emails is one thing, you know, but like how do you get away from like testimony?
Hmm.
You know, like he did this to me, and it's not just one person. You
Right.
know, like how many people have gone to jail for like RAP? Like a lot of
Hmm.
people, right?
Yeah.
Right, and you didn't need to see the thing. It was just more of like, yeah, well, this body of evidence is quite overwhelming. Like I'm not talking about the Epstein files. I'm talking about like a regular person. It's like if they're going to jail for RAP, it's like it's like the body of evidence is quite overwhelming. So we're gonna put you away. Well,
Hmm.
these Epstein files, the body of evidence is insanely overwhelming, and we're not gonna do anything about it.
I wonder if it's because, but I don't know. Like, this is the reason why he had an island, a different country.
Probably, yeah. There's no like
Yeah.
extradition on the island.
Not just extradition. It's like it's happened on another island, another country. Like, how do we prove something like that, or to take him to court?
No, the
Right.
um the uh the auction was in America. Mar-a-Lago isn't that
Oh, yeah,
Trump's
Mar-a-Lago's
estate?
in. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that's where the auction happened. Oh, and apparently they were like burying people there too. They'd like kill. They'd
In
like
Mar-a-Lago.
yeah, and then that's in the files too. And they're like they'd like off them and then they bury them there so
Yeah,
nobody could
that's
find them.
right.
And you're like, what are you saying, bro?
Mm.
You know, like I feel that's why I'm like it's done. Like, how do you come back from this? No, but like actually, like, is there anything that you're like, maybe
Well, how do you? I mean, you mean Trump come back from this?
like everyone? How does America come back from this?
America may come back from this, but I don't know about Trump.
Okay, the only way you could do that is if you just empty your cabinet. You have to like we got to restart from scratch. Like it's happening in Japan right now. The new prime minister lady,
Yeah.
she's like resetting everything or something, and then they have to vote for like, the Japanese citizens have to vote for everyone over again, like in their like court system or something, or Supreme Court. I don't know. I don't know how it works, but she said like she's like resetting everything. Maybe America needs to do that
Hmm.
to gain the trust of like the world again. You know?
Yeah, then that would be up to the Congress and Senate to pass those things. Yeah. To
But
first of
like,
all, yeah. What was the word?
but there's people in the Senate who are appointed by Trump that are in the files.
In the Senate,
I'm
appointed
pretty
by
sure.
Trump?
Yeah,
No, you mean
I think
Supreme
so.
Court. Supreme Court or the Senate is different.
Yeah,
Senate is
there's some
someone you vote
dude.
on.
Oh, okay. So there's some dude that was appointed by Trump, and then he's in the files.
I don't know what appointed and where.
Some like high up position. So I'm assuming Senate, maybe Supreme Court. How do you appoint somebody? How does the president appoint a
It
person?
it depends
Whatever
on
you can do,
you can appoint someone
that's
for
what you
a
do.
certain position, but not like a senator or congressperson.
Okay, so then whatever he can appoint to, he appointed that. But okay,
Maybe one of the Supreme Court members. Maybe one
maybe,
of those.
maybe,
Yeah.
maybe. But what about all the people that supported him now? Like, how do you cognitively dissonance yourself out of this situation?
Hmm.
Like, okay, if you supported him, that's cool. That's fine, sure.
Right. Yeah.
But now you see it and you're like, are you still supporting him? That's my real question. Are
Mm.
you still supporting him? Anybody that's still supporting him, I'm like, oh, we've lost the plot, bro. We can't talk to you anymore. Like, I can't even like
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
engage, you know? Because it's like, especially these like Anna Polina, like Timbershed, um, even Stephen Greer was a supporter of Trump because he's like, oh, he'll get the UFO files out there. Patrick Bet David, like, what are you all gonna say? What are you all gonna say now?
Hmm.
You know, like what happens if they continue to support him? Nicki Minaj, who you know, she makes good music. I mean, that's a good song, some good songs, but like, who, like, what are we doing?
Right.
So okay, so let's say,
Well, Patrick
yeah,
Bet David and those guys rely on. Well, they were fully on support of Trump, so more of their viewer base is that side.
right, okay, but what? How? Okay, let's not even talk about the celebrities. Let's talk about the regular person. When you find this out, how do you continue supporting him?
Hmm.
Unless you just like, oh, it was a lie.
Right.
Do you see that AI video of the guy that they killed, the nurse dude? And then like they were sending, like Trump's team was like promoting an AI video of him with like a gun pointed at somebody.
It was the kicking the tail light thing.
No, no, no. He had like a gun pointed at him. And then I saw this thing where it's like, oh, this is why um, the mega people are supporting this killing because they think he was actually brandishing a gun at the ICE member,
Right.
but it was like a doctored photo.
Hmm.
So like, okay, like what I'm saying is like, how does a mega person continue to support Trump at this point? Unless you're cool with all that satanic pedophile stuff. But then we're like, you're a satanic pedophile, bro. We know who
Right.
you are now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't know how you can support this person and not be lumped in with satanic pedophile. You're like, oh,
Hmm.
I guess you're a cool satanic pedophile person. What do you
Right.
think? Like, you think that's it? It's like you support him, you are this.
What do you mean? Say that again. Do
So,
you?
with the ice stuff, okay? It's like, yeah, I believe not me. I'm just saying
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
like you're like, oh, I believe illegals should be kicked out. Okay, cool. Yeah, sure. You can believe that. But like, how do you stand with satanic pedophiles?
Mm.
See what I mean? It's like I, I can understand the argument of like, yeah, we want to make America great by like kicking out the illegals, but I don't know how you're going to justify this thing.
Hmm.
So it's like it's so far gone that like there's no justification unless you're like, oh, that's a hoax from like the
Yeah, I
FBI.
think there's that or just I don't know. There won't be a saying. Folks from FBI. Uh, it just be blind to it.
That's what
It's
it,
something
right?
that they don't
Yeah.
believe it. No, I don't believe
But you're like, okay, but then how can I trust anything you say at that point? If
it.
you say I don't believe it, I'm like, okay, well, goodbye. Have a good day. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like I don't know what to say to you, bro, because like it's right there.
Yeah.
But like, okay, let's say they're like, yeah, but he did, yeah. It was a long time ago.
I'm trying to think. Did they? Or I remember I mentioned it to you as someone saying he was a Democrat then. Some way to excuse it.
Ooh. Yeah. Okay, that's crazy too. So it's like,
Yeah.
okay, trying to what I'm trying like the reason why I ask you this question is because I'm like trying to figure out like, is there a way back for America at this point? And I'm like, I don't think there is,
Mm-hmm.
unless you clean house.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think the clean house thing. I agree with that.
It's the only way, right?
Yeah.
And then next question, outside of cleaning house, who do you trust? Because a lot of people are making a lot of money. Tesla, right? Elon Musk,
Mm-hmm.
SpaceX, Mission to Mars, Peter Tia on his podcast, Bill Gates, whatever he's doing. Like, how do you trust anything those people are saying anymore?
Yeah, that's why Bill Gates is not really in the media anymore.
But Elon Musk is. Like, how do you trust? How do you trust these people? You know what I mean? Like, they're
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, I'm pushing a product. Oh, like if like Elon Musk, he's like Chinese people don't know how to make cars. When they're like, oh, they're gonna bring in the EVs to Canada, right? You're like, yeah, but you wanted to party with pedophiles, bro. Like, how do I trust you? You see what I'm saying? It's like
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
don't know how you can reestablish trust in these people in positions of power
Mm-hmm.
once you're caught in the files.
Right.
Like it's similar to Trump, but like on a lower level, I guess, because like there's nothing as damning in those things. But like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How do you reestablish trust as a person with lots of money and power and notoriety
Mm-hmm.
if you're caught in this thing? That's a question, like to you.
I'm not
Like,
sure. I
is
don't
there a
know. I
way
don't
back?
know.
Is there a way back in your mind for Elon Musk? Because I also I love Elon Musk. Read his book. It's up there. You know, it's a good
Mm-hmm.
book. But like after this, I'm like, ooh, tough cookies. You know, like I don't know what to do with that.
Right. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Right. That's why I'm sticking to Lucky Palmer now, or Palmer Lucky. He's the Oculus guy who's like playing video games. I don't think he'd be on the island, bro. This guy's a like a
I don't think we should be.
otaku.
I think that's the problem. I don't think we should be like putting someone on a pedestal.
No, intelligence. I'm not putting Palmer Lucky on a pedestal. I'm like, oh yeah, you're making. See, like I was.
Like, yeah, we can still view the intelligence of Elon Musk and whatever he's done.
Whew, I don't know though. I don't know because I'm like yes, but
That's,
it's
that's
like
what
it's
I'm
like
saying. Yeah, yeah, but
yes,
that could change if anything happens to this other guy. I'm saying like,
Palmer Lucky.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying
Oh, I
that
see what you're saying.
you got what
No,
I'm
no,
trying to
right,
say.
right, but what I'm saying is like nothing came out about Palmer Lucky. So I'm like, okay, I gotta shift focus on because like I like to aspire to like really intelligent people, right? Like tech mavens, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like Elon Musk was my tech maven. You know, like whatever you said was I can't even watch an interview with Elon Musk anymore. Like he was at the Davos thing. I'm like, I can't watch it, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust anything you say.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
like he's also saying like there's no such thing as UFOs, bro. Come on, come
Mm-hmm.
on. Like there's so much evidence. So like
Right.
Lucky Palmer Lucky. I don't know his name. Palmer Lucky. I'm pretty sure Palmer Lucky. Palmer Lucky's openly talking about his UFOs. He's talking about his theories. He's like, yeah, they're probably from here, whatever, whatever. But he's like a straight up like otaku, bro. He was talking about like the military stuff that he's building, but then he's like, but what I really want to push is this video game that I made. And like it's like a retro Game Boy that he brought back, I'm like, oh, it's cool nerd, awesome
Mm-hmm.
dude. But like I can listen to that because I know
Yeah,
there's no like crazy corruption here, but like see what I mean?
yeah,
It's like how do you
yeah.
how do you bring back Elon Musk now? I can't even listen to your interviews.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm having a hard time being like Nicki Minaj was like, because I posted this Young Yoda and I used like Moment for Life. And like, it was a Drake line because I was like, oh, like Drake was cool back then. He had good lyrics. But like, she wasn't implicated. She's supporting Trump, but it's like, yeah, okay, you're just dumb, you know? But like, Pusha T and Jay Z, I'm like, ooh, that one hurts me because I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, it's one thing. It's like R. Kelly peeing on like little kids. It's like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But like, straight up drugging people and then abducting people, I'm like, oh no, that's even crazier, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So like, how do people build back their image after being so outed like this?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Yeah, right? That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. I think it's done. I think it's done. There's no way you can come back from this.
Right.
A logically sound person who's paying attention, there's no way you can come back.
Mm-hmm.
I get it if you didn't look at the Epstein files. I get it if like this is too hard to listen to. But like if if you didn't look at it, I'm like there's a reality skew there. Like that I'm like we're on different pages. Like I'd rather look at the truth than like not. But like if you did look at it and you still support them, that's like I'm just confused as why people don't care as much.
It just comes down to it doesn't affect them. That's what a lot of that is.
But that's crazy. It does affect you. You just don't know it's affecting you. And to
Mm-hmm.
me, that's a red signal. That's a red flag too. Cause I'm like, what else are you not paying attention to, bro?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like if I'm a gambling addict and I keep losing money, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I go, hey Vish, can I borrow like $50,000? Trust me, it's gonna work out.
Right.
You'd be pretty dumb to give me fifty thousand
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
dollars.
Of course. Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So that's how I feel when I'm like, hey, did you look at the Epstein files? No. Okay. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, bro, this it doesn't affect me. It literally does, bro.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, like because like when we were all getting the COVID shots, it's like, let's look at this first. I got the second one because I had to, but I'm like, because or else we're not moving, at that point. You're at the end, she's like going off. I think she's scared of something. But
Mm-hmm.
like, when we got the second shot, I was like, okay, that's the minimum requirement I need to get in order to freely move in society,
Mm-hmm.
totalitarian state, whatever. But like, I'm like not blind to the fact that maybe this was an engineered virus. Maybe this was not natural. Maybe there is something to these vaccines that we're not talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Like what was it? Vaccine injuries.
Sure. Yeah.
Or people, no, it's not real. It's like, I'll stick to two because that's the minimum,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And it's like, that's what affects your life. It's like when people are like, oh, it doesn't affect my life. It's like, yeah, it's the little decisions.
Right.
Why did you buy that over that? Why did you
Mm-hmm.
choose to go there over there? You know,
Mm-hmm.
why do you not believe this and you believe other things? It's
Yeah.
like, it's like the chess master is the one that's like three steps removed from you.
Mm-hmm.
Like the ones who's playing these games, they're like, well, we can manipulate them if they don't know it's us if we're three layers removed. But I'm going, let's go three layers and be like, what's really going on, guys?
Yeah. Right.
Does that make sense? You
Yeah.
know? Yeah. Like for example, like Olivier, right? People are like, I might vote for him, whatever, right? And I'm like, but he's like identical to Trump. He's saying the same rhetoric.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, but it doesn't affect my life. Like, oh, Trump's life doesn't affect my life. Dude, he's literally a parrot of the other guy. So, like, that does affect your life because if you have him, he's already a supporter. So, like, what are we doing, guys?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you have to look at the system architecture, not just like what's in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
I think, I don't know. Or maybe it's just like life is easier if you don't do that. Or what do you think?
A little bit. Yeah. A little bit. Yeah. Something that is what's his name? Dr. K or whatever his name is. I forgot.
But are you just manipulated? Are you just like in a prison? You're like, why am I in a prison? Maybe because you're in a prison.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe they
Like you
don't
know what I'm
even know that
saying?
they're in a prison, so they're a bit more happier.
Then you were a slave.
Yeah,
So it's like, okay, you want to be a slave?
but you're happier.
Okay. Are you happier though?
But that's the
Are you
thing.
happier though?
Oh, that's the
Are
that.
you happier? Or are you just dumb?
Well, that
For
that would.
example,
No, no, no. That's true though. But that is true. That's what Dr. K was saying. People that are more educated have a likelihood of getting depression because they know more about the world than people that don't.
okay. Yeah, but it's like we have to look at it. We can't have kid gloves forever, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen this thing about like gentle parenting?
I'm not sure.
It's like, oh, my kid won't eat vegetables and they're now suffering from like malnutrition.
Oh,
So
right.
make your
Yeah.
kid eat goddamn vegetables, bro.
Right.
No, but they don't want to eat vegetables. And I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to force them. Cause like that's gentle parenting. And you're like,
Okay.
come on, bro, just eat the goddamn vegetable. It's better for you. You are a parent, you're older, so you should know
Mm-hmm.
like you're literally guiding this soul through life.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to give them tools. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like this is what I mean. It's like we're clouded by false illusions and we get a sick society because people don't want to look at the problem. They don't want
Mm-hmm.
to face the reality. It's like, oh, it's a gentle parenting. They're happier. And we have a sick society now.
Right.
Who is that comedian? Uh, she's like, oh, it's like a comedian, Amy Schumer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Amy Schumer. Okay. So aligned with gentle parenting, aligned with being in a cage, aligned with being like um in an illusion. Like cause you're like, oh, maybe they're just happier in like their illusion. Okay. Okay. So a few years ago, there was the whole thing about body shaming, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like plus size bodies, blah, 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 right? And like Lizzo and Amy Schumer, they're like, oh, but we're beautiful. Totally. And I'm openly going to take Joe Rogan's side on this one because let's just look at the medical evidence. Joe Rogan said, and I'm agreeing with him, you can think that's beautiful. You can think whatever you want. But I'm telling you, health wise, that is not good for your body.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So think what you want, but the data shows that that's not healthy. Have you seen Lizzo and Amy Schumer now? They
Mm-hmm.
lost a ton of weight.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what they both said? Oh, we were eating unhealthy.
Right.
But weren't they on the covers of like bodies are beautiful? Why'd you lose all the weight then, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because it's unhealthy. I was not feeling myself. I like couldn't exactly. Sometimes you have to do the hard thing,
Right.
or you're a slave. You're like deluded.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And this is why I'm like so like pressed on this Epstein file thing because I think it's all related. It's like if you can't look at the Epstein file, if you can't see the rigged system, how can you break away from the rigged system? You
Right.
know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, yeah, like all right. For example, as a real example, so I got my blood test done this past week, and I might have told this last time, but like when I was going there, the lady was like, oh, don't need this thing. I was trying to get a blood test rec, right? And then she's like, yeah, you don't need this. Your levels are completely fine. And then I was like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. And then halfway through the thing, I was like, I'm just gonna be real with you. My wife's an ND and like she just really wants to track all these like numbers, blah, blah, blah. And then like the lady was like, next time go see an ND, but here's your rec,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because they're not looking to optimize. They're not looking to, and not even, I'm not trying to like be like the best. It's just like trends over time. these things can creep up. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you getting enough vitamin D? Because vitamin D helps produce um like hormones in your body that helps you like break down nutrients and like use those nutrients. Because people are like, oh, why am I supplementing vitamin D? And you're like, because vitamin D is not actually a vitamin, it's a hormone, and this hormone is what allows you to metabolize certain like building blocks that your body needs.
Yeah.
Okay. But like they don't even run that. I had to pay extra for that.
Hmm.
They
Which
didn't even
one?
care to run that. Vitamin D.
Oh yeah, vitamin D is extra. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. So like why?
Hmm.
It's a fundamental building block,
Hmm.
but you didn't want to check it? Why? You know? And then Tara was like, because I was like, I was taking my vitamin D like every day, whatever. And then I was like, oh, should I like what's the number I should be taking? Should I be taking like 5,000 IU, 10,000 IU, like I don't know, whatever. And she's like, let's see what the results say, and then we can adjust accordingly.
Hmm.
Right? Like, are you getting enough vitamin D? Are you not getting enough vitamin D? Right? And it's like, that's what I mean by optimize. I'm not like trying to be Superman out here. I'm just like, what is going to make my body function so I don't get sick later on? If I get sick, it's like, it is what it is. But like,
Yeah.
there are things that you can do to stop that.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? You can like halt it in its track, bro.
Yeah.
If we notice your HbA, once your blood sugar level is rising slowly, okay, lifestyle change. Maybe you should like eat less sugar, do these things, blah, blah, blah. It's like we can curb that down.
Hmm.
You know, my first blood test was like 5.5, which is like you're at risk of pre-diabetes. And then like we changed some things and then now it went down. And then I'm waiting for my results from this past week, but like can it go down again? You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It's like that's what I mean by optimize.
Yeah.
But one, nobody's telling you to do these things, and two, they won't even run them unless you pay for them. Like, what are you saying?
Hmm.
Rig system,
Right.
right? You see what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you feel?
No, I got mine done recently too.
Blood test or
Yeah.
no? Anyway, it's important. It's important to do. No, but I mean like about the whole Epstein thing. Unless you want to go off on this tangent about blood tests and how important it
No,
is.
I don't understand what you were saying. What was she complaining about? I didn't like. I didn't get that when I went.
What do you, which I meant?
Is
Well,
it to
when was
get?
the last time you did it?
Uh, it was just a month ago.
No, no, no. I mean like before that month.
Oh,
You're entitled to one per year.
it was more than a year.
Yeah, so there you go. So that's why she didn't complain. What I was looking at is my cholesterol level. So they don't check your, and this sucked because I had to do it fasted. I'm like, yeah, but ChatGPT really helped me get over this fear. Like, I'm not even afraid of doing it anymore, which is crazy. I still have a physiological response. Like, I'm like, oh, I could feel the nerves, but like, I'm not like running away from it. I'm not trying to like stall the process, you know?
Yeah.
I'm getting it done. But anyways, so like cholesterol is something they only check every 3 years.
Okay.
If you're if you're so but it can change quite drastically, you
Hmm.
know? But they only check it every 3 years because they're like, well, that's what we're legally entitled to do, blah, blah, blah. And that's why I was like, I was asking for because my first results were less than 3 years. And they're like, you're totally fine. Not totally fine. Like, Tara was like, this is a little like, if you were my patient, I'd probably like fix
Hmm.
this.
Hmm.
But like, it's okay for the medical system.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, easier example. My blood pressure was like 140.
Hmm.
Okay. And standard blood pressure is 120. Okay. And I went to the CPAP clinic because like they're like, why do you want to see like first the walk-in place? I was like, why do you want CPAP? And I'm like, I think it has something correlated to my blood pressure. And they're like, no, it doesn't. And I'm like, that's what my wife says, bro. Like, that's what the research, whatever. And they're like, all right, fine, I'll write you this rec, right? So I go do it. And then the CPAP person's checking my blood pressure. And he's like, um, I was like, yeah, I know it's a little high, 140. And he's like, oh, 140? No, that's totally fine. Like, we wouldn't even put you on medication until you're like 160, right?
Hmm.
And then, so I get the CPAP machine. I'm more awake during the day because I'm not sleepy. I'm drinking less coffee. Then I cut out chips, which was like, I just eat a ton of chips, like high sodium. And then my blood pressure is 117.
Hmm.
So it's like, there's the intervention, bro. it went from 140, which is like anything over 130 is like high blood pressure.
Right.
So I was at 140 and they're just like, ah, that's fine. You don't need meds. And I'm like, I know I don't need meds, but like, let's not get to 160, bro.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? But like, don't worry, just wait till you're 160. I'm like, what? And then now I'm like 117 through natural. I'm just sleeping better.
Right.
You see what I mean? So it's like your life can be like altered in a way that you don't need to get sick.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But we don't say these things. Like, how come two people told me like, you're fine? We wouldn't even give you meds. I'm like, what?
Right.
But there's side effects with meds, bro. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you see what I mean when I'm saying like rigged now?
Sure. Yeah.
Like what? Like why? Why did you not tell me this? Because they make money off of it?
Off the drugs, you mean?
Yeah, because every patient you see, then you refer a drug, then you get money,
Mm-hmm.
which is actually true. That's why I said it, because you get money off the question mark. But they do. My mom goes with my dad, and they'll suggest like other drugs for him to take because he has like pre-diabetes, diabetes, something. And then she's like, he's not your guinea pig. I know
Mm-hmm.
you get a kickback, so like we're just gonna stick to this one, you know. But like they get a bonus if you get to push a new drug because then it gets in the market. They test the drug. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right. Right.
Even though like medical system in Canada is free, but you still get like incentivized to give away certain drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is the world we live in, bro.
Right.
Crazy.
Crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Hopefully, I mean, like, hopefully, but not hopefully, we find out more crazy things. Like, hopefully, we get to reset the system and like move towards
Yeah.
like
I want to
positivity.
look at the actual file. I want to
Yeah.
see where it's um because to see the actual
The
thing.
dismemberment, the dismemberment. That's I'm like, what are you saying, bro?
Yeah. Or what else is there? Supposedly there's a million files or something this
Exactly.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That I didn't even see the Peter Tia thing, but like it depends on your feed. So like Tara's telling me about the Peter Tia thing. Um, yeah.
Okay. I don't even know
So
who
like
that is. So.
he's like a very, very famous celebrity. So it's just like, who else is in there, bro? What else is in there? That
Mm-hmm.
to me is like what the crazy part is. It's like, what else is in there that we're not? Because if it's a million files, bro, like you're only going to get the highlight reel,
Right.
you know? But are people putting together the connections? Like, oh, a lot of politicians are in here. Does that mean that politicians are corrupt? You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like we're all focusing on like the most salient one, but it's like you have to look at the subtle ones because those are the system.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe like the medical person who approved this drug is in there, and it's like, well, why did you approve this drug over that drug? Oh, because you have a network, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's wild. Okay, I want to. Anything else about the Epstein files? I do want to say like one thing that I thought was really cool this week.
No, I don't think I know.
Okay, cool. All right. So this past week, so there's this interesting hustle that comes with jujitsu. Okay. So like in a lot of schools, they're like, if you want to level up quickly, you have to compete, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then like, but competition is like literally this is why I was like my dad was like, you should compete. And I'm like, why? You know, because like he doesn't know that it's the same weight class. And in order to get gold, it's like you're just competing against like one other person, sometimes two. So it's like bronze, silver, gold. When you see the people on the podium, right? It's like you didn't beat like 20 guys. You
Mm-hmm.
beat like maybe two, three,
Right.
you know? Because like there's a guy I used to train with, the Russian dentist. Love that guy. Rest in peace. He like fought two people. He had a match with two people and he got gold. I'm like, yeah, I thought you like ran through like 20 people or something. You know what I mean? Like, I thought you're the best
Mm-hmm.
and the best, you know? But it's like, no, it's like based on your category, your age, your weight, blah, 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 right?
Yeah, we think of like
So
Mortal Kombat, the stage.
what do you mean? Like, oh, when you're
Like
competing?
yeah, like in most games, there's always 20 people, right? To
Yeah,
get
that's
to the
what, oh,
top.
you mean the ladder, the ladder.
The ladder, yeah. That's the
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
that
yeah.
I think we're just
Thank
too
you.
accustomed to, but we don't realize it's not like that in the real world.
Yeah, right. You just like compete, like you roll with like two people.
Yeah,
And I'm like, maybe that person's injured that day. Maybe that person's like had a
sure.
good whatever, right? So like that's why to me I'm like, I don't want to compete. And then some people take it so seriously, they're gonna
But
like break
is
your
that
arm, like, oh,
well, the compete thing is not a world thing; it's just a local, right?
local, yeah, yeah. But you
Yeah.
can advance faster in your belts if you win local tournaments. Because then they're like, oh, your jujitsu's real. But it's like you only
Okay.
rolled with like two people, bro.
Right, right, right. Yeah, it's always going to be a
There are,
smaller amount of people. You're doing just local.
yeah, exactly. No, actually, there's quite a few people at local because they want to advance to the international.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah, so like you'll get like tons of people showing up. But sometimes like you'll show up and I remember this one guy, he's like, I showed up and I won gold and I didn't compete. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, I was the only one in the category. So they gave me gold. And I'm like,
Okay.
okay, that's a weird hustle. You know what I mean? But the hustle is this. The real hustle is this. So any school that tells you like you have to compete to advance,
Mm-hmm.
what subtle shade right now, but it has a good moral story, you know, or how it ends. So anyone that says that to you, I am like, what's the hustle? Right. As a
Mm-hmm.
person, I'm just like, how are you trying to hustle me? Right. So um, I found out that if you win competitions, your school ranking goes higher in
Oh,
the
okay.
brackets.
Right.
Right. So they're like, so right now the top team in Ontario is, um, what's it? Grappling Garden. Okay. So like they're in Hamilton, they're like the best team. Right. And they're like filled with competitors. Right. And when you register, you say what school you're with. So if you win more gold, your school climbs the rankings. Okay.
Yeah.
But who pays the entry fee, bro? We do
Oh,
because
yeah,
we
yeah.
want to
Okay.
compete.
Sure. Yeah. Is it
So,
individual?
so are we free marketing for you? Because if your
Oh, yeah.
school starts climbing the ranking, people are going to want to go to your school.
Mm-hmm.
So is the hustle that you made us compete to get higher belts in order to promote your school?
Mm. Yeah.
See the hustle? I'm not saying this is the case. I'm just saying, like, as a business person, I'm like, I can see how this is advantageous for you,
Mm-hmm.
right? Unless you think I'm wrong. Is there a part there where you're like, oh, it's kind of wrong?
No, I don't know. That's if that's how it works. If
Like,
like person, if the
do you see
school
the
is
loop?
paying for the,
They're not paying for you.
yeah. So then, yeah, of course, it's taking
Pretty straightforward,
advantage.
right?
Yeah.
Taking advantage. Thank you. Okay, cool. All right. No, because some people want to compete like as a hobby. Like, sure, if you want
Unless
to
you make
compete
your own
genuinely,
school and then do it for your own school.
but then nobody will rank you up. So it'd be like pointless to do it. The whole reason why people want to compete is because they want to advance
No,
faster.
no. I'm just saying it's not about ranking up. It's then just promoting your school to get more people to come to your school.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean? By encouraging people to compete?
No,
Or
no,
when
no.
I compete, I just write my own
You,
name?
you start your own school.
Yeah, no, you can. You
Yeah.
can, yeah, totally. Yeah, you can. That's what a lot of people do, bro. They'll like win all these tournaments and they're like, they open up the school and they're like, look how many, like you're learning from the tournament master.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like
It's a good way to do
that, that,
that. Yeah.
that's literally what people do. Yeah. They'll win like worlds and they'll open up school.
Yeah. So it doesn't make sense to do it for another school unless they're paying you to do it.
You do it because they encourage you to do it so that you can rank up faster. And they tell you like, oh, it's, your jujitsu works.
No, I get
Right.
that. I
But I'm like,
understand that. Yeah, yeah,
that's kind of weird. Like for me, I know my jujitsu works if I can go to any classroom and hold my own.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. I'm like, oh, this is a hard school. I'll do a drop in. Let me see if I'm good. Let me do a drop in here. Like, I feel like drop ins are a better way to test your skill, but nobody's giving you an award for that.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Okay. So there's that. And, and then there are purist schools
Mm-hmm.
where it's what I've been looking for so long, which is like, if you're good, we all know. We don't need to say anything.
Mm-hmm.
There are schools where you wear your uniform, you wear the rank, and it's like, oh, you're black belt, you're blue belt, whatever, whatever, right? And then there are schools where it's like nogi, which I love nogi because you don't know what they are, right? So, um, TriStar opened up a place in Toronto, and which is like run by Farasa Hobby, And I love like all my jujitsu philosophies and like all that stuff comes from Ross because I listen to his podcast. I'm like, okay, this is how jujitsu should be, right? Like you should be good. You shouldn't have a belt you can't carry, whatever, whatever, right? So I go to the school. I don't know anybody from the school, right? There's like the head coach there, dope guy. And he's like, yeah, how long you been training jiu-jitsu? I'm like, yeah, like 8 years. And he's like, oh, what rank are you? I'm like, blue belt. He's like, damn, an 8 year blue belt? It's tough. And I'm like, yeah, I've been jumping from school to school. Because usually at this time you're like a purple belt or something, right? And then so we roll, and this dude crushed me. So like if you see me doing jiu-jitsu, you're like, oh, you got a lot of top pressure. Me, right? Because that's because a lot of people are doing like these crazy inversions that like doesn't really work, and you see a lot of holes in the game. You know what I mean? Like you're doing the inversion too early, bro. Like you stick to the basics and then build around them.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's what Frost has said, right? So I'm rolling with this guy, and he's crushing me the way I crush other people, and I'm like, damn, nothing is working. Like
Mm-hmm.
all of the tricks, that not tricks, all the moves that I know, he just knows them better at like a higher caliber
Mm-hmm.
of tightness. So as I move, he makes it tighter. As I move, he makes it tighter, right. And then his brother's there. So I go with him and crush me again. But not in like a not in like a bully, because they're only like 2, 3 inches taller than me. So not in like a you're so much taller, so you're crushing me, but in like a technical tight way.
Right.
All right, cool. So then there's this dude in the corner, and um he's like an old looking man with like red hair. And then I was gonna roll with somebody else, and then the head coach is like, yo, roll with this guy. So I go with that guy. I'm like, he's probably like a purple belt. Come on, like you're
Mm-hmm.
old, bro. Like whatever. This guy dismantled me way harder than the other guys. And like I saw, and I was like, if this guy's a purple belt, I'm going home because I am crap, right?
Mm-hmm.
So so think about all those roles. So then the guy at the end of the roll, the head coach, when like he rolled with me one more time and like class ends, and he's like, all right, but because he knows I train at 10th Planet Etobicoke, but I've now switched to this school. So he goes, all right, don't go telling everyone you beat us up. And I laughed so hard because they beat me up, bro.
Right. Right. Right.
And then I'm like, after class, I'm like, yo, what, like your jujitsu, it's like really. Oh no, before that, I was under his brother, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like under like he was mounting on me. I couldn't escape. I was like, dude, this guy's crushing me with weight, you know? And I was like, damn, this is Faraz's jujitsu. I was like, this is what elite level jujitsu is like, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then uh, a flash went in my brain, and I was like, it would be so much easier if I just stayed at 10th Planet because it's closer.
Right.
Like, I was like, and I saw the demon inside of me. I was like, bro, what am I doing here, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's harder. It takes me an hour to get there. I have to pay for parking. I get home late. Like, these people are crushing me. You know what I mean? And then like, so I'm talking to the guy, and I'm like, so like, why are your jiu-jitsu so heavy? Like the main guy. And he's like, oh yeah, we do like a more of an MMA style. I'm like, oh cool, because like I trained with Carlos. And he's like, yeah, that makes sense, because like Carlos is a old school guy, and our jiu-jitsu is very old school. So I go like, so how do you like rank up here? Like, is it like competitions? I was trying to like bait, you know? And he was like, no, like you don't, like, why are you gonna cut weight and like wrestle a bunch of kids? You don't need to do that. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, that's interesting. And he's like, yeah, if you just come here, you obviously progress, you work hard, like that's how you rank up. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, this is my place. And then they were like, so like we were talking, whatever. And then he's like, yeah, I'll see you around, right? Like nonchalantly. And then um I like leave, and then I come back the next day because I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, this is it, right? I like canceled my membership at 10th Planet Etobicoke, and I signed up at this place. And now it's just head nods. It's like, we know why we're both here. And then
Mm-hmm.
I went back a third day. It's just like, what's up? You know? And the craziest part is it's by invite only right now because like they're not technically open. So like
Right.
I only got in because I was on the mailing list. And it turns out I didn't even know they're all like pro fighters.
Mm.
And I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Where it's like, you can get away, because I've been to so many schools, and you can get away with like hiding. You know, you're like, oh, I'm black belt. Oh, I don't even want to roll with you. Like at like one of my other
Sure.
gyms,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
like, oh, you're just a blue belt, bro. I'm not gonna roll with you. And then I rolled with them one time and they're like, dude, this is tough, bro. Because they don't want to be found out,
Mhm.
you know? And then at like another school, it's like, yeah, they don't show their belts, but they're also very clicky, you know? And like their stuff kind of works, but it's like if you have crazy top pressure, you can like smash them, right? And like this place, it's like there is no hiding.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And like the fact that there's no ego in the sense of like him being like, don't go around telling people you beat us all up now. But
Right.
it's like we both knew you
Yeah,
beat me
yeah,
up,
yeah,
bro.
yeah. Sure. Right,
You
right.
know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And then he at like one of the classes there was this a big guy. I found out later he's an amateur fighter. He was on he's trying to make it pro, right? And he was repping the move and then he goes like, I don't know if this will work on you. And the head coach goes, I guess we'll see.
Mhm.
And I'm like, that's what it is, bro. Like that's the ultimate truth of like, does it work or not work?
Right.
You know? And I think the only way you can achieve that without like any truly any ego, because I've been at like so many gyms, like leave your ego at the door. It's like you guys have a lot of egos over here, you know what I mean? And it's like to be at that caliber, you have to train with pros, bro. Because those people are like, they know that they go into that cage and fight.
It's different.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's different, bro. It's like it's truly no ego. Like I've
Mm.
been in a lot of places where it's like there's no ego at this place, but it's like there's ego because you're telling me you're black belt. You don't want to roll with me because like I'm a tough roll. You know,
Yeah,
you
it
get
comes
upset
with
at
that.
me if
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
you know
Right.
what I'm saying. If you can't sub me and like so like I play this game of like it's cool because I was talking to Chad about it and he's like, oh, you're doing like a professional style game, which is like as you advance, I can either counter your advance or make you reset. So like if you take my arm across my body, I know you're gonna try and choke me next, so I have to pull my arm back, right?
Mhm.
But when I pull my arm back, people get upset, like at other gyms, because they're like, "Oh, you're stalling," or like, "Oh, you need to advance more." And I'm like, "Bro, if I advance, you're gonna choke me out, bro." You know what I'm saying? And I was doing this at this gym. They weren't like that. They were like, "Oh, it's just a better problem to solve."
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Because they're like, it really matters because I'm going to fight a real person for a contract for this thing.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, why don't we? It's like the Epstein files, bro. Like, why don't we just look at the truth, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we playing this game of like cosplay? Let's just like really be here and try our best with like truth as the ultimate answer.
Mhm.
You know, like jujitsu is like a metaphor for life in that way, like a real jujitsu, like a pro level, because you're like, you can't hide. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Yeah. So now I'm at TriStar Toronto. Love that place. It is hell. But you know, it was really cool too. Like I was watching because like he was putting a lot of top pressure on me, and I noticed that that was actually his method of like people would come for like trial classes and stuff, like invite only. Oh, this is my friend who I blah blah blah, right? And right away he'd go with all of them. He just sub them, right, with like
Mhm.
insane top pressure, and it was almost like a this is how hard we're gonna go, join or not.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whereas like other places, like even when I roll with like people who are like me, I'm like I'm so gentle, bro. Like I'm being nice. Like I don't want you to feel bad. But like to them, it's like because they have to be the hammer. They have to be like, this is the quality
That they
we are
want.
upholding.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah,
And it's
right.
like if you're not going to stick with it, it's like you just find a different gym, bro. Because this
Mhm.
is how hard we're going here.
Mhm.
And not even in like an aggressive way. They're not like punching me in the face, but like it's good. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah, yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of egos will be crushed in this way. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then final thing, because I thought you'd find this cool. So it's like run by like I think three guys or something, but one of the main guys is like a very prominent. He was a Bellator champion for a long time, and then he's now moved to the UFC. But he's like 2 years younger than me. I didn't even know who he was. I just started watching the videos after because I was like, well, I guess I should know who the people were like learning from
Sure.
is.
Yeah.
He's so cool. He's so cool. Like I rolled with his brother, and then like this guy. he did like a drop in. Like we were running and I saw him come in. I was like, oh damn, it's that guy, bro. So like he actually took the time to be like, hey, you can actually be tighter if you do this. I was like, oh sick, it actually worked, right? But the cool part that I thought you would like is I'm pretty sure he's Indian.
Oh.
So he's like, yeah, shout out to my Indian people, bro. This guy's killing it. He's like one of the best up and comers right now. And I watch his videos, like he is slick.
Hmm.
Yeah. So if you're in Toronto, you want some crazy jujitsu with like pro people, TriStar Toronto's where it's at, bro. Shout out to my Indian family right there. Yeah. Breathish. Yeah. All right. Anyways, trying to do that plug because I'm like, I'm trying, bro. I'm like trying to tell people like, yo, come through, bro. And they're like, nah, bro. I'm like, I know it's hard, but like, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
if you want the best, like, come here, bro.
Yeah, and I think it's more like they're setting a standard of what kind of students they want to be there.
Yeah, maybe that is what it is, I was actually trying to chat about that too, and it was really interesting because like, chat GPT, and like,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
like, it's interesting because like you you can encourage them to come, but like the fact that they don't come is like it shows you the gravity that you're surrounded by.
Mm-hmm.
Like he knows I like anime, so he's like, it's like being in like 100 times gravity in the gravity chamber of Dragon Ball Z, whereas they're training at like 10 times gravity, but you're at like 100 times, so it's like very difficult for them to transition
Yeah.
because
Right.
not many people want that 100 times gravity,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
So like I have to let that go, but I'm just like, come on, guys, like if you want to roll, like this is sick, bro.
Right.
Yeah. Anyways, one more plug. Hopefully, if you listen to this, come try Star Toronto. We can roll,
It's still
bro.
invite only, or is it open now?
Yeah, still invite only, unfortunately. But if
Mm.
you like, if
I
we
know.
train together, you know me,
Right.
just like let me
Oh,
know.
right.
And
Okay.
no, like because it's invite only, so I could just be like, hey, my boy's coming through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there is no open day. It's so funny because I was like listening to the podcast of Ross Hobby because he keeps talking about it. He's like, yo, wait till try Star Toronto. It's gonna be fun. Oh no, this is really cool. So they were so I was like 10 minutes early. They have like a big projector on like a screen and they're always playing like um it's so funny that if any of them listen to this, they're like, dude, this guy's so silent. Like, I didn't know he's paying attention that hard. You know, I'm like, no, it's cool, bro. So like, I walk in and they're like watching like martial arts movies or UFC and like um side TV.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like 10 minutes early, but because it's invite only, I guess like they're all kind of cool with one another. So on the big screen projector, they were playing an Inuit documentary. I
Mm-hmm.
walked in, I was like, what the hell are we watching, bro? It's like Jeremy likes to catch the fish and the Inuit, and this is how the Inuit build and they were just like, oh, it's so cool. And then like we were just stretching, watching like them like live their lives as Inuits. And I'm like,
Mm.
it's kind of a cool place, bro. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they're not like ragging on each other or whatever. They're just
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
like nerdy, I guess, in that way.
Right.
Yeah.
Very
Anyways.
nice.
Yeah. So, and it's also the cleanest, best gym I've ever been to. They have like a bathroom that's like a standalone. You could take a shower in there, shut the door. Um, Usually in other gyms, like even in TriStar in Montreal, like it's like feels like a jail. You know what I mean? Like they kind of have like showers that are like thin curtains, so like it's like kind of gross. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
showering
Mm-hmm.
next to a bunch of dudes, you're like, ugh. But
Right.
like this
Right.
one's like very top tier. It's very clean. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like in the heart of Toronto, bro. Like it's like Queen West. You know what that is?
Uh, sure. I
It's like
think
a
I
very
can.
posh, it's like very like expensive posh area.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You'd never expect like the gym to be there. But it makes
Mm.
sense why it's so clean and
Mm-hmm.
like beautiful because it's like the area is beautiful. You know what I mean?
Right.
Anyways, yeah, that's all. Yeah. Yeah, Faraz was saying on the podcast, like, yeah, wait, it's gonna come up. And then somebody asked him in the chat, was like, when is it gonna open? He's like, I don't know. I should like text those guys. Because they have been loafing, bro. Like when I showed up, they're like, yeah, we've been open for 3 months. I'm like, what? Like you did no marketing. He's like, we haven't marketed yet.
Mm.
I'm like, bro, who's paying your bills? You know what I
Right.
mean? It's
Yeah.
kind of weird. But anyways, all right, enough rambling. Um, Check out those Epstein files. Come to TriStar Toronto and win the battle between good and evil. Uh,
Yeah.
Any final thoughts?
Any final thoughts? No.
I like that. I like that. Stay pure. Till next time. Take it easy, Vish.
Peace.
Bye. All right. Hope you enjoyed that episode. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, all those fun things, and check out our sponsors: Zenro Clothing Co., Portian Bakery, and Podbean. Take it easy, Vish.
Peace.